investigations into the case. There's more in this report.
A tragic fire outbreak in Penkwase, Sunyani, has claimed the lives of two apprentices, 17-year-old Ichiahene Kofi Reagan and Al-Hassan Sharif Majid, 21. The incident occurred at around 2 a.m. in a room attached to a carpentry shop where they were training. According to eyewitnesses, frantic efforts were made to douse the flames and rescue the victims, but the inferno proved too fierce. The landlady of the property recounted how she was woken by neighbors, only to find the fire consuming the boys' room.
The
deaths of the two young men have left the Penkwase community grief-stricken as residents mourn the tragic loss of lives cut short in their prime. Though support from NETCO was reportedly delayed, firefighters managed to bring the blaze under control.
Some of the guys even got shocked as a result of the hot power. So after 10 minutes, they were able to disconnect the place, and firefighting started in full force.
Bono Regional Fire Commander, ACFO, Cecil Ado says his team responded swiftly after receiving the distress call.
In 30 minutes' time, they were able to control the situation. It was really hot. A well-alighted fire at the time that we started fighting the fire. We have started investigation and we are even getting a clue to what has happened.
He added that investigations are ongoing to establish the exact cause of the fire.
Let's do some stories on illegal mining because civil society organization, the Extraction Accountability Project, has petitioned IOCO to investigate and prosecute high-profile officials and state security officials allegedly involved in releasing seized excavators linked to illegal mining in Takwa in the western region. The group argues that the release of the machines undermines the country's fight against illegal mining, which has become increasingly difficult to deal with. There's more in this report.
The Extraction Accountability Project, TIP, in its petition to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, IOCO, revealed that the 43 heavy-duty machines, which were impounded at Simpa Junction in the Takwa and Swayom municipality of the Western region, were secretly released through backdoor dealings involving senior government officials and military officers. TIP accused them of collusion, bribery, and selectively enforcing the law in favor of illegal operations, including foreign nationals. According to the group, substantial sums of money exchanged hands to facilitate the release of the excavators and to protect the operators. The group, in its petition signed by its secretary, Charles McCarthy, urged IOCO to name, shame, and prosecute all persons involved, urging that the release undermines Ghana's fight against illegal mining.
We know those who arrested the excavators about 3 months ago and guarded it until last 3-4 days when it was released. So if we monitor the news media, you hear that some rogue military men were arrested. They were actually the military men doing the GHOne's job. They've been sleeping by these machines for over 3 months, only for those who say they are fighting illegal mining to go arrest them and then release those machines to Chinese people. And we have footages of this. They actually went to the site with Chinese people to go and release it, arrested these 4 soldiers, 4 of them. They went there with 40 military men to arrest only 4 soldiers. As I speak to you, they've been released.
The group further stressed that failure to act decisively would embolden corrupt networks and worsen environmental destruction.
We cannot allow illegal mining defeat us. 8 of Ghanaians, solid ones, have died just because of illegal mining. Meanwhile, the real beneficiaries of this act are still moving around. They attended their funeral. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be. So we are here this morning. Like you can see, the petition has been well received. It's been received. This is it. The petition has been received. We are not going to keep anybody under sleep. We are naming and shaming. If IOCO fails us, we will go a notch higher. and that will be the presidency.
Meanwhile, the petitioners also called on EOCO to establish the circumstances surrounding the release of the excavators, trace all financial transactions, and publish its findings transparently.
Deputy General Secretary of the NDC and Deputy Director of Operations at the Presidency, Mustapha Bandi, is optimistic that the Mahama-led administration will effectively deal with illegal mining and its related activities within its 4-year mandate. He insists that unlike the Akufo-Addo administration, which he claims incentivized the issue without control, President Mahama will pursue a decisive and sustainable approach. The NDC government has faced criticisms from the opposition over what they described as unfulfilled promises to end illegal mining. But speaking exclusively to GHOne TV, Mustapha Bandi assured that government is considering all viable options to tackle the challenge head-on.
By and large, I think that in the last 8 months, I've seen ministers come together to unleash a force against the devastation, particularly in river bodies and forest reserves. We are not saying that people should not mine. We are saying that adhere to the protocol. So if you have a government reducing the influx of mining in the forest reserve without control, right, as compared to the one who made it wholesale, all you need is a presidential or a ministerial permission. Go in there and mine, take your tools and leave. That is the legacy of President Akufo-Addo as far as mining is concerned. We are not saying that the fight has been perfect and to the best of what Ghanaians expect, but we start from somewhere. We're just 8 months in power. So much has been done. And I think that by the time the president ends his first term, we would have gotten somewhere and would have a story to tell. The difference between the MPP, led by Nana Akufo-Addo president, and the NDC led by President John Dramani Mahama. So it's just a matter of time. All of these will crystallize.
Well, let's do some related stories now. Well, the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has reiterated government's resolve to equip military training institutions to confront the rising threat of terrorism and regional instability. Speaking at the joint graduation ceremony of the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College in Accra, where 97 of officers were honored for completing rigorous military and academic training, Professor Opoku-Agyeman challenged the graduates to rise beyond conventional leadership. There is more in this report.
The graduating class included 30 officers from 15 allied African countries alongside Ghanaian personnel, reflecting a growing spirit of continental cooperation in defense and peacekeeping. Also graduating was the 9th cohort of the Weekend Master of Science in Defense and International Politics program, a multidisciplinary initiative drawing graduates from the civil and public sectors, security services, politics, and corporate institutions. During the ceremony, Ghana's commitment to regional security and military preparedness was emphasized by Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman.
The current security challenges facing Ghana and the sub-region range from climate change through terrorism, transborder crime, and more. And I'm glad to note that the college has responded to these threats by introducing new disciplines to equip our officers with the necessary knowledge and skills. Government remains committed to supporting institutions like this college to enhance teaching and learning.
Acting Commandant of the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Brigadier General Justin Wonje challenged the graduates to become moral leaders bearing national, social, religious, and economic responsibilities in shaping the lives of their troops.
As you step into the next phase of your distinguished careers, I urge you to carry the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College spirit with you, the exemplary ambassadors of your alma mater, the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College. Uphold the highest standards of professionalism, integrity, and service that have been the hallmark of this institution for nearly 5 decades.
The news team also caught up with actor and politician Kwame Jogoto, who graduated with a Master of Science in Defense and International Politics.
I was one of the people who were saying that truly the Russians were bullying the Ukrainians. But when you sit down, and reflect on the factors, like, for example, the geopolitical reason, you realize that, no, the Russians have also gotten a point, you see, because they are rational, so they will act. So if I decided to come and do the course because I realized that, no, it means that there are so many things I'm not even aware of. So I took advantage, and also because the duration was short, so I think that I can have time for it, and that's the reason why I picked the Masters in Defense and International Politics.
The ceremony underscored Ghana's strategic role in regional defense education, with the college continuing to attract officers from across Africa in the collective fight against insecurity and terrorism.
You're watching the special edition of News Tonight here on GHOne TV with me, Awisi, Dede, Djangay. Let's do more stories. Government is being urged to adopt artificial intelligence to strengthen the fight against illegal mining. This call comes as authorities announce a renewed crackdown on the issue following growing public outrage. At the maiden edition of the Geo-Africa Incubator Accelerator Festival, the provost of the College of Basic and Applied Sciences at the University of Ghana, Professor Zando Mark Yidana, told GHOne TV that AI technology can detect mining activity in real time, even in remote locations. There's more in this report.
Illegal mining continues to devastate Ghana's rivers, forests, and farmlands, threatening water supplies and biodiversity. In response to public outcry, the government says it is intensifying efforts to halt the practice. Speaking at the maiden edition of Gaia Fest, the provost of the College of Basic and Applied Sciences at the University of Ghana, Professor Sando Mark Yidana, told GHOne TV that artificial intelligence could be a game changer in tracking and stopping galamsey in real time.
The best way to do that, to help us do that, is to use artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence tools enable us to predict weather more accurately, to be able to help farmers to know when and where to plant their crops. Artificial intelligence tools also enable us to know the spatial variations and the temporal variations in water resources. So you are able to design proper agricultural irrigation systems. What we call smart agriculture is based on the application of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things.
Meanwhile, the founder of the Eden Way Foundation, Professor George Wiafe, has warned that Ghana is running out of time in protecting the country's natural resources for future generations.
Sometimes we think that everything must come outside of Africa. No, our mindset is we build right here. So at Eden Crow, where we have our hub, you see youth in the rural communities building systems. And these systems are applicable to solving problems. In Ghana, about galamsey, in Ghana, about, you see the old men with cutlass and hoes doing farming, subsistence farming. We want to bring technology into every sphere of life, health, smart homes, smart agriculture, everywhere. So this is what we are doing. And then we don't have to sit in our silo.
The fight against illegal mining is far from over, as CSOs continue to demand the declaration of a state of emergency in galamsey areas.
Well, President of the International Facility Management Association, Samson Opare Ajiman, has dismissed the popular claim that Ghanaians have a poor maintenance culture. According to him, Ghana's real problem is the lack of education and awareness about facility management. His comment comes as the association intensifies calls on government to formally integrate facility management into the country's development agenda.
The neglect of proper facility management has cost Ghana millions in wasted investment, from broken down hospitals to abandoned public buildings, among many others. During a roundtable discussion on the value proposition of facility management, industry players, members of academia and policymakers discussed opportunities and challenges within the sector. President of IFMA Ghana, Samson Opare Ajiman, explained why he disagrees with the assertion that Ghana has a poor maintenance culture.
It's not that we have bad maintenance culture. What we don't have is the education of facilities management. What we don't have is budget, for maintenance in our institution and even in government. How much do we put aside for maintaining new infrastructure, for maintaining new roads, sometimes it's zero, you understand? And these things cannot take care of themselves. They are the mercy of the weather. You understand it? So if there's no budget for it, of course it will go bad. It will go bad. So after handing over, we need, a planned maintenance program, to be able to keep these facilities running and performing, the purpose by which they are built. Yeah.
Meanwhile, chairperson of IFMA's Global Board of Directors, Kwesta Dodo, advise facility managers to effectively communicate both the challenges they encounter and solutions required to address them.
Learn how to communicate. Simple as that. If there are challenges, and we spoke about some of the challenges here today, and we all came to the understanding that the only way we can address some of those challenges is learning how to communicate. Who are you speaking with? Who are your target audience? What language do they speak and what language do they understand? If you're in the private sector, it's all about profitability. How do you speak that language and let your organization understand that this is the way you can help with their profits? Whether you are in academia, whether you are a corporate facility, banking, maritime, whatever the case may be, you need to learn how to communicate the challenges you are facing, the solutions that you bring.
The call for IFMA Ghana adds to growing pressure on government to safeguard public infrastructure by mainstreaming facility management. Advocates say this could cut down on government expenditure while delivering better services to citizens.
Let's do business stories now. In business, Dole Ghana, a creamy, healthy yogurt brand, has unveiled Ghanaian media personality Sewame here as its first ever brand ambassador since beginning operations in Ghana nearly a decade ago. Speaking to GHOne News during the outdooring ceremony in Accra, sales and marketing manager of Dole Yogurt, Djangay, said the partnership is aimed at strengthening the company's position in the competitive dairy market.
Dole Yogurt, one of Ghana's leading dairy brands, has taken a bold step in its marketing journey by signing Ace media personality Sewame here as its brand ambassador. Speaking to GHOne News, sales and marketing manager Djangay noted that this is the company's first ever brand ambassador, with hopes of a great partnership to offer the best dairy products to consumers.
Sewa Ami here actually has the qualities that we need for our brand, which is Dole Yogurt. She's authentic and trustworthy. We are going to tap into, she has a wide experience. In fact, she's one of Ghana's most influential media personnel. And we are actually going to tap into that to actually strengthen our position in the market. Our product, as you all know, takes only 3 months to expire. We don't add a lot of additives. which is actually very healthy. You know, a lot of people are health conscious now, and we have a wide range for everyone, for all and sundry. We have from 6 months to whatever age. Those who are diabetic and those who are even cautious of taking sugar, we have Greek yogurt that is very good for them.
On her part, Sewa Mihie expressed appreciation to the Dole Yogurt brand for trusting her with the task to represent the brand, highlighting the importance of promoting a healthy lifestyle. She noted that this commitment was one of the key reasons she accepted to be the face of Dole Yogurt.
I feel very, very privileged, that a company like Dole, which is a household brand, has found me worthy enough to represent their brand. I'm really happy about that. So I have to say thank you to the Dole team, for considering me. The Dole yogurt is, yes, both promote health and it's a snack as well, but it's very healthy. The product has very low preservatives, and so it doesn't go beyond 3 months. And that's because they're very conscious to not put a lot of preservatives inside. And that in itself is a very health conscious thing to do. I'm happy to be part of it. I am very particular about the brands that I work with, and I will not market something that I don't believe in or I don't use. So this is a product that, even though I'm the brand ambassador for, before today, is always in my house.
Dole prides itself on producing healthy yogurts free from excessive additives, offering a wide range of flavors for all age groups. It has various nutritious flavors, including strawberry and vanilla, and they come in a wide range of sizes and packs for all age groups and types, made purposely for diabetic patients. Management says the company is positioning itself strongly ahead of its 10th anniversary celebrations in 2026.
Okay, thank you all so much.
That'll be all for business.
The Business Brief was brought to you by CompuGhana, passion for technology.
Managing Director of the Ghana Publishing Company, Nana Kwesi Boateng, has called for legislative reforms to regulate marriages in Ghana. According to him, the current legal framework makes it challenging to address issues of fake marriage documentation. Speaking at the second Marriage Governance Conference in Accra, Mr. Boateng advocated for reforms focusing on enforcement mechanism to tackle this problem. There's more in this report.
I was a former Attorney General and Minister of Justice of Ghana. In that capacity in 2010, I stood very proudly. I always say it was one of the proudest days of when I was an Attorney General. I stood in Parliament and I introduced the bills, 2 bills. One, to amend the intestate succession law of Ghana to give more rights and a more reasonable provision of property to spouses upon death of the spouse. The other was to introduce the property rights of spouses upon dissolution of marriage bill. 2010, Kebashimene, as the guys say, Kopimene. Here we are. I'm still standing proudly. But Parliament is the one. It is the agency. And under the Constitution, not the agency, the wing to do this, we need to amend the existing laws on marriage, as I have said. We need to enact new laws which should reflect the reality of today, not what we think it should be, not custom and tradition. What is happening today between spouses when they dissolve marriages? And what is happening today to spouses when their spouses die without leaving a will? Every day we are faced with horror stories, and the judiciary is also faced with horror stories. We need to amend our laws.
Let's have some international news now. And on the international front, Nigeria has deported dozens of foreigners, including 50 Chinese nationals, in a major crackdown over the last week on one of the largest foreign-led cybercrime syndicate. This brings the total repatriated convicted foreign nationals to 102 in the ongoing exercise. They are among the 192 foreigners arrested during a sting operation in Lagos last Friday. Nigeria is notorious for internet fraud and romance scamming is rife. Cybercrime cases were among the most prevalent offenses in Nigeria last year, according to the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC. Tonight here on GHOne TV with me, Awisi, Dede, Djangay, GHOne and his team. Come on shortly.